Hi, I'm Dr. Willie McHether, and I serve as the Vice President of the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the University of Toledo. I am so thrilled and frankly honored to present our campus community, as well as broader community, our newly established Inclusive Wall of Honor. Let me say thanks to everyone for joining our celebration. Today we celebrate the accomplishments and contributions of 5 amazingly talented individuals who either made significant contributions to students, faculty, or staff while employed at the University of Toledo, or who are exceptional alum and trailblazers in their respective vocations and leaders in the communities they serve. While we're all ecstatic about today's celebration, like many of you, I am disappointed that we had to have this inaugural event virtual. Obviously, out of an abundance of caution, we are doing it this way to keep everyone safe. Our plan and dream was to host a plated dinner complete with a regal affair fit for today's esteemed honorees. Next spring, if all goes well, look out for a face-to-face gala as we celebrate the second class of our Inclusive Wall of Honor. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome the President of the University of Toledo, Dr. Greg Postel.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Greg Postel, President of the University of Toledo. I am very pleased to announce that today, Thursday, April 8th, 2021, we are inducting our first class of amazing alumni and former administrators into our Inclusive Wall of Honor. Consistent with our values of diversity, equity, and inclusion, the purpose of the Inclusive Wall of Honor is for the University of Toledo to recognize the contributions our diverse alumni, faculty, and staff have made to our university and to the community. In addition to recognizing the contributions of these talented individuals, the Inclusive Wall of Honor also serves as an important reminder for our current students that they too can achieve greatness with hard work and perseverance. This is the first Inclusive Wall of Honor that I have had the pleasure of introducing. I am so proud that our university is among the first in the country to create such a unique visual way to honor these great individuals. The wall is located in 2 places, University Hall and our Student Union. This speaks to the importance of the Inclusive Wall of Honor to our institution, for it will be viewed by many students, staff, faculty, and visitors to both sites daily. I want to personally congratulate members of this year's inaugural class, including Dr. Helen Cooks, posthumously Dr. Anthony Quinn, Dr. Susan Telejohn, Deb Flores, and Margarita de Leon. I am so proud the University of Toledo has played some role in helping these great individuals make indelible contributions to our university as well as the community at large. In closing, I want to offer special thanks to Dr. Willie McHether and his team for bringing this concept into fruition over the past year. Thank you, and go Rockets.
Thank you, Dr. Postel, for those comments and for your consistent and ongoing support of the work we do in the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Next, it is my great pleasure to introduce one of our fantastic graduate students, Ms. KYNDRA Gaines. KYNDRA is special to us not only because she's a graduate of our inaugural Multicultural Emerging Scholars Program and now completing her graduate degree in public health, but in early 2019, KYNDRA brought the wall idea to me as a concept and has been part of the leadership team that made today's event possible. Please join me in welcoming KYNDRA Gaines.
Thank you, Dr. McHether, for that introduction, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to implement such a monumental project like the Inclusive Wall of Honor. This idea stemmed from wanting students to always have an image or reminder of someone that resembles them that will encourage them to believe that if that person can achieve great things at this university and in their communities, so can I. The Inclusive Wall of Honor will be that object of hope for students here at the University of Toledo. This wall means so much to me because if not for 2 of our inductees this year, I may not have been standing here. Because of Dr. Helen Cooks, I received a full undergraduate degree for all 4 years through the Toledo Excel program. Without her encouragement and implementation of this program, college may not have been affordable for me. Secondly, thank you, Dr. Anthony Quinn, one of the founders of the MESP program, who mentored me until his passing. If not for him and the MESP program, I may not have been resilient and perseverant through my undergraduate degree. This wall is one of few in the country, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to work in an office that encourages students like me to achieve groundbreaking tasks. This would not have been possible without our great committee. Lastly, thank you to God, my mother, friends, and family that encouraged me throughout this process.
Thank you for those kind words, Kyndra. Now it's time to turn to the reason for which we are gathered today, to honor our first class of inductees. Before doing so, however, I want to say a few words about the people we selected today. Last November, we put out a call for nominations for our first class. When the nominations were closed, we had a very impressive pool of nominees. From there, our selection committee, whom I will introduce a bit later, very carefully and methodically reviewed every nomination before selecting the 5 individuals we are honoring today. To help shed light on just how important these individuals are, we've asked at least one person from each honoree to say a few words about the person they nominated. So, without further ado, in alphabetical order, I'm very proud to announce our first person to be inducted in the Inclusive Wall of Honor, Dr. Helen Cooks. One of the people who nominated her is Mr. David Young.
Hello, my name is David Young, and I'm a current director of Toledo Excel and Special Projects at the University of Toledo. I've nominated Dr. Helen Cooks. Dr. Cooks was an easy person to nominate because of the incredible impact she has made on the University of Toledo and Toledo community as well. Her impact as a faculty member and mentor, co-founder of both the Conference for Aspiring Minority Youth and the Toledo Excel program. She was also the director for the Toledo Excel program for more than 20 years. Some of the numerous positions she's held at the University of Toledo: she was a tenured associate professor of educational psychology, research, and social foundations with the College of Education, where she is now a professor emeritus. She was the assistant director of student development, director of Toledo Excel, director of the Prep Tech program. She was a grant writer, and she brought in grants like Prep Tech and Gear Up. She was the director of the Office of Excellence, which was the umbrella office for Toledo Excel, Upward Bound, Trio Student Support Services, and Gear Up here at the University of Toledo. As far as the community goes, her passion for introducing Excel students to global experiences and building bridges to also impact youth around the world, specifically in West and South Africa. She created a legacy for cultural and educational exchange, scholarship, and has changed many lives, offering once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Under her leadership, students volunteered at AIDS hospices, orphanages, middle school and high schools in Ghana, South Africa, Mexico, and Native American reservations. She has also won numerous awards for her local volunteer work. Again, it is my great honor and privilege to have nominated Dr. Helen Cooks for the Inclusive Wall of Honor, Class of 2021.
I am humbled and honored to accept this award that places my mother as an inductee on the Inclusive Wall of Honor at the University of Toledo. I want to thank the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, Dr. McCather, and those who nominated and supported my mother for this very special award, and for the University of Toledo, who will salute her by hanging her special plaque on the Inclusive Wall of Honor. My mother could not be here today to accept her award because she is battling a very serious illness. However, this could not have come at a most momentous time in her life. Equitable education, social justice, and equality are the social and fundamental pillars that she worked effortlessly and tirelessly for every student who entered into her gracious bubble. She is the quintessence of strength, grace, fortitude, endurance, badass, and brilliance. I stand in this moment with pride on my sleeve and love in my heart for this incredible woman whom I call Mom, and who has sacrificed for others over the span of her career, more than one may ever know. I believe firmly that we must show gratitude and salute those who live among us that pave the way, swing open the doors, and shadow the glass ceiling so that our youth can see a different day. Dr. Helen Cooks has done just that, and much more for the lives of young people. Her work is exemplified in the success of Toledo Excel and the Office of Excellence, which she founded at the University of Toledo some 33 years ago. Under her accomplishments were also Prep Tech, Gear Up, Upward Bound, and Student Support Services. And prior to her establishment of the Office of Excellence, she was very instrumental in the operation and management of the Student Development Program with the university. Dr. Cooks' success stories ride on the success stories of hundreds of ambitious and prospering men and women who benefited from her programs through scholarships and academic rigor that gave them the preparation and tools necessary to succeed. Many of the young men and women who graduated from her programs live all over the country and abroad, are now doctors, lawyers, engineers, and many have followed their dreams and aspirations because the program is designed for them to succeed. What is also extraordinary is that her programs continue to live and thrive in our community today. One could not stand here and talk about my mother in this remarkable manner and not mention the Global Diversity Program and Civil Rights Tour that she designed for hundreds of young people to explore and cultivate their cultural journey. Yearly trips to Africa, China, and Mexico for a global experience for high school students in urban education is unimaginable today. Experiencing the Civil Rights Tour, where high school students traveled to many of the southern states that were heavily impacted during the Civil Rights era, afforded these young people the opportunity to interview many of the civil rights icons living at the time. This lived experience far exceeds textbook learning. What an amazing and incredible journey that most students will not forget. I cannot mention the Global Diversity Experience and not talk briefly about the Aspiring Youth Conference that brought in several astounding national speakers and scholars, such as the late Johnny Cochran, Dr. Michael Dyson, Dr. Cornel West, Martin Luther King III, and Dr. Bernice King, just to name a few. As I stated at the beginning of my speech, this award cannot come at a better time for an amazing woman who is a trailblazer for her community, has earned her accolades, and has done her job well. Thank you again on Dr. Helen Cooks' behalf. She is graciously and humbly appreciative.
Thank you to both David, who nominated Dr. Cooks, and to her daughter, Dr. Hope Bland, for those moving words honoring the legend, Dr. Cooks. Our next honoree is Margarita De Leon, and here to shed light on why she is so deserving is one of the people who nominated her, Aaliyah Jones. Aaliyah serves as a program manager in the Office of Multicultural Student Success.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah Jones and I work in the Office of Multicultural Student Success here at the University of Toledo. It was my pleasure to nominate Margarita De Leon for the inaugural class of the Inclusive Wall of Honor. Margarita is an alumna of U Toledo, having earned her M.P.A. in 2002. She has served the Latino community and higher education for over 30 years. In 1986, she founded Image of Northwest Ohio, a local chapter of a Latino advocacy organization. Margarita made connections all over the country and brought nationally recognized speakers to Toledo, including Henry Cisneros. She also served as the publisher of Ohio's first Hispanic magazine, Bravo. She was a founding member of Latino Fest, the Ohio Latino Arts Association, and the Latino Alliance of Northwest Ohio. Margarita has been with the diversity and inclusion consulting firm Kaleidoscope Group for over 20 years and serves clients across industries all over the world. In 1989, Margarita's legacy would be solidified in Northwest Ohio through the creation of the Diamante Awards. The Diamante, or diamond in Spanish, community awards were created to recognize contributions to the local Latino community in the Toledo and Northwest Ohio area, and to raise scholarship funds for Latino students. Over the last 31 years, dozens of individuals and organizations have been recognized, and hundreds of students have been awarded scholarships. Thanks to Margarita's key fundraising efforts, over $1 million have been contributed to the endowments at the University of Toledo, Bowling Green State University, Lourdes University, and Owens Community College. Each year at the University of Toledo alone, we award 7 different scholarship funds to dozens of students. At U Toledo, thousands of students have benefited from the work of Margarita by receiving one of these scholarships, and it is an honor for me to help with the process. She continues to serve a vital role each year with the awards ceremony and scholarship fundraising. Margarita loves the community and her family. She is a mentor and friend to numerous Latinas in the area. Marg teaches us to be authentic and proud of who we are. From her, we learn to ask and not be afraid to speak up for ourselves. She leads us by fighting for social justice. She has affected the lives of countless people, and I'm lucky to know her. Congratulations, Marg, and thank you for everything.
Thank you everyone for having me here. Thank you to Aaliyah Jones, who nominated me, a leader in her own right. Thank you to the University of Toledo for all that we've done in partnership on behalf of the Latino community. I know we started many years ago, started before I even came, but will continue even after I'm gone. But today I want to thank my parents, who placed a very high value on education and made it a very important value for me. They sacrificed for me to go to Catholic school, so not only did I get that spiritual grounding, but I was also able to get a really good education. And that was so important to me and continues to be very important to me today. And that's why over the course of my life, I found myself really pushing and supporting and helping in any way I could to bring other Latinos into the fold and to get other Latinos into higher ed. I knew for me it opened so many doors. And so I wanted to really thank my parents for giving me that value. Here at the University of Toledo, I recall just many years, many meetings, but we came together and we established the Latino Youth Summit, which continues today. Something I'm so proud of, to see young Latino students here, junior high students here, learning about all the programs that are here on campus and maybe coming back. That's the whole idea. In particular, I'm proud of the Diamante Awards, going strong for over 30 years. We helped establish these endowed scholarships, and now every year we're able to give scholarships, and so I'm so excited about that. And I know that for many of us, the day-to-day actions and struggles to have representation is so important. Especially today, representation continues to be very important at every level in the organization, but in particular in decision-making positions. So I want to thank everyone again, but I also want to put out a call to action. I want to put out a call to action to all my fellow Latino leaders, and in particular to Latino youth. When you start this work, it's really driven by passion. I'll hear a lot of people say, you know, I don't know how to do this, and I didn't know how to do the work that I did when I started, but I knew it had to be done. I knew somebody had to step in. I knew somebody had to represent our community, and somebody had to be that voice. And that voice is very much needed today, just like it was yesterday. It's going to be very much needed in the future. So I really want to encourage anyone who has a passion for the Latino community to come forward and participate. And ultimately, and today, what I do know is that we are better together, that we cannot do this work in a vacuum and by ourselves, that we need to join hands and we need to work in partnership with other communities and with mainstream community to really make that change. So I invite all of you to join me and to continue that work, to lead that work, to bring new leaders to the table, because together we are better. Thank you so much for this award. I'm very honored.
Thank you, Aaliyah, for nominating the great and well-deserving Margarita De Leon. And thank you, Margarita, for your caring spirit and leadership in the Latino community. We are proud to call you a Rocket and a Toledo alum. Our next honoree is Deb Flores, and here to tell us just how special she is, not only in the Latino community, but also how she is transforming lives throughout Northwest Ohio and beyond, is Dr. Michele SOLIZ, who serves as the Director of the Office of Multicultural Student Success.
Hello, my name is Dr. Michele SOLIZ, and I serve as the Associate Vice President for Student Success and Inclusion here at the University of Toledo. As I thought about outstanding and successful Latinos who have graduated from Toledo, Deb Flores immediately came to mind. Deb is a two-time graduate of the University of Toledo. She earned her bachelor's degree in social work in 1990 and her master's of public administration in 1997. Deb spent several years as a Toledo employee, working in a number of roles across the institution, including admissions financial aid counselor, coordinator for Hispanic outreach programs, and coordinator for new student programs. In 1999, Ms. Flores left the University of Toledo to join the Lucas County Department of Job and Family Services. As executive director there, she is credited with implementing many innovative programs that assisted low-income children and families. Today, Deb leads the ZEF Center as Chief Operating Officer. In her role at ZEF, she effectively manages an organization of over 400 employees in multiple locations throughout Lucas and Wood counties, and is responsible for a $45 million budget, one of the largest community mental health budgets in the state of Ohio. Deb has also served the greater Toledo community. She has served on many local boards, including the Fair Housing Center, the Maumee Valley Girl Scout Council, and she has also received honors and recognitions, including the Diamante Award, the 20 Under 40 Award, and an Outstanding Minority Alumni Award from this university in 1997. Trailblazer, mentor, community leader. These are the words that can be used to describe Deb. If you ask a young Latino professional in the Toledo area, this is the Deb Flores that they know. In every leadership position that she has held, she has hired and promoted Latinos within her organization. She has provided countless Toledo alumni with careers and experience and access. She truly is an outstanding alumnus. Congratulations, Deb. I am so very proud and happy for you.
Hello, Rocket family. This is quite an honor for me to receive this award. And when I think about all the time that I spent on the University of Toledo campus as a student and as an administrator, I have great fond memories. And I also remember really pushing for the underdog. As a person who worked in financial aid and reached out to community members for admission and access to higher education, it was not always an easy task, but it's an important task that all of us must keep in mind. And the rest of my career has been spent around poverty-related programs and ensuring that people have a place at the table and that we're included in all decision-making and have access to the same things everyone else does. So with that, I want to thank my family and all of the people that I've worked with in my career and appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. SOLIZ, for nominating such a deserving person, and thanks, Deb, for your amazing work in the Latino community and beyond. We are proud to call you a Rocket and Toledo alum. Our next honoree is Dr. Tony Quinn, here to tell us about the tremendous impact that my good friend and colleague had and continues to have on the university is another good friend and colleague, Dr. Ben Davis.
Hello, My name's Benjamin G. Davis. I'm a retired professor of law from the University of Toledo College of Law. I have nominated the late Anthony Quinn, professor, for this wall. The reason I did is that over the years I was at the University of Toledo College of Law, from which I retired in January 2021, I had the pleasure of working with Professor Quinn on different matters, from the inception of the Brothers on the Rise group as well as the Association of Black Faculty and Staff. Professor Quinn was a deeply caring individual for students, trying to find a way to enhance the success of Black and Latino male students as they made their journey through Toledo. He was focused on making sure they felt welcome, included, and were in a place that would allow them to thrive. He worked tirelessly, even during his illness, to make progress in that arena. And this was all done in addition to the heavy responsibilities he carried with aplomb as a professor in the sciences. He was soft-spoken, humane, and insistent. For me, he was a model of how I should be as a professor. His time on the earth was cruelly cut short, but this recognition will help all who come to Toledo have the opportunity to share in and experience his beautiful spirit that lives on. So I congratulate you, Tony, from beyond there, for being on the Inclusive Wall of Honor Class of 2021 honorees. I hope you look down on this with a smile on your face. Much love to you.
Hello everyone, it's so good to see you again, and I hope everything's going well in Toledo. I'm so honored to be able to share in this first inclusive Wall of Honor ceremony honoring my husband, Dr. Anthony Quinn, as one of its first inductees. He will be so proud and yet humbled to receive this recognition, thanks to all of you who voted for him. Anthony loved what he did at the University of Toledo. It wasn't only his job, but it was a passion. His goal was to touch as many young students as possible, encouraging them to be successful graduates from the University of Toledo. He took a personal interest in the Black male student and worked diligently to help them acquire the skills and knowledge needed for graduation. He helped organize group meetings where they could meet, eat, and talk about whatever was on their minds. No judgment there. He had an open book policy where anyone, student, staff, faculty, could come and share, ask for advice, or just chat about life. He was more than a mentor. He was a friend to many. It is a special honor to me knowing that Tony is still so well thought of, and his life's work is being honored here today. I think the day he realized he could no longer do this work was the day the light dimmed from his eyes. He was truly an amazing, gifted man. Thanks again for this special recognition. I wish he could be here to see it, though. Thank you all so very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, Dr. Davis, for nominating Tony, and for Mrs. Quinn for accepting the award on behalf of Tony. To present the final recipient of our Inclusive Wall of Honor today is Dr. Amy Thompson, who will remind us, even though Dr. Taylor has retired, she not only left an indelible mark on her academic field, but also had a tremendous impact on the LGBTQ community here at the University of Toledo and beyond.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Thompson, Senior Vice Provost of Academic Affairs, and I have nominated Dr. Susan Taljan, Professor Emeritus of Health Education. Dr. Taljan came to the University of Toledo in 1991 as the coordinator of the Health Education Division and achieved assistant, associate, and full professor status over the course of her 25-year career here. In 1993, she received the U Toledo Outstanding Teaching Award. Susan is a leading educator and scholar in the field of school health education and has contributed significantly through her widely distributed textbook, Health Education, Elementary and Middle School Applications, and her major contribution is to a widely used K-12 health education curriculum entitled Health Smart. While Dr. Taljan is an accomplished faculty member and scholar, she has also made an immense impact on countless individuals who are members of the LGBTQA community. Dr. Taljan was an ally for dozens of her students who were questioning or unsure about their sexual orientation. She was a role model for many of her students and gave them someone to identify with who was thriving at Toledo with a successful career. Dr. Taljan was out during a time when some felt unsafe to do so as an untenured faculty member. She became a strong mentor to other LGBTQA faculty and doctoral candidates and helped them find a sense of community and belonging on our campus. She encouraged them to be proud of who they are and to never feel like a second-class citizen. Without faculty like Dr. Susan Taljan serving as a strong role model, many of us in the LGBTQA community would have never realized their full potential to succeed and believe in themselves. Congratulations to Dr. Susan Taljan for being inducted into the Inclusive Wall of Honor.
Thank you so much for this award. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I would first like to take the time to congratulate the University of Toledo on creating the Inclusive Wall of Honor Award. This unique award highlights one way the university celebrates diversity and inclusion. I also want to thank the individuals who nominated me for this award. It takes a lot of time and effort for people to nominate someone for these types of awards. A special thank you to Dr. Amy Thompson, the Vice Provost of Academic Affairs at the University of Toledo and a doctoral student in our program, for taking the time out of her busy schedule to nominate me. I also want to thank the individuals who were on the selection committee for this award. I know how much time it takes to serve on these types of committee. I have to take the time to thank my health education colleagues at the University of Toledo also. When I arrived at UT in 1987 as a young assistant professor, I was a very closeted lesbian. I really didn't know how the colleagues in my department would react or treat me if they knew about me. Slowly, I began to come out to my colleagues. They were all very supportive during a time when it wasn't popular to be supportive of LGBT individuals. I especially want to thank Dr. James Price, a mentor of mine, who encouraged and supported me to conduct research in the area of LGBT issues. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Sherry Trepepi, who is more deserving of this award than I am. She has been a wonderful advocate for LGBT issues for many years at the University of Toledo and the City of Toledo. It's refreshing to know that the University of Toledo is now supportive of LGBT students, faculty, and staff, so that no one needs to be scared about coming out. Instead, they can be comfortable and supported for who they are. Thank you again. I'm very humbled.
Thank you, Dr. Taljan, and to all the individuals we have been privileged to honor today in our inaugural class of the Inclusive Wall of Honor. As the Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, I cannot say enough about how proud I am to have each of these individuals and to the university for seeing the vision and supporting this special recognition. Just as a reminder, in addition to the Inclusive Wall of Honor being located at 3580 University Hall, we're also constructing another version of the wall that will be located on the second floor of the Student Union. Let me explain that. Each new incoming class will have their photographs displayed in University Hall for 1 year. Then, when the next class gets inducted, we will move the previous year's photos to the wall in the Student Union, and that's where the photos will accumulate year after year. Much thanks to Dr. Cockrell and the team in the Division of Student Affairs for working with us to find suitable space for the wall in the Student Union, which will be located left of the Ingman Room. As these awards are annual, I want to urge and remind everyone to begin thinking about nominations for our second class. Nominations will open next October 11th and remain open until November 11th. Not to worry, we will make the announcement and provide the link in advance of the nomination period. In closing, in addition to thanking Dr. Postel and members of the senior leadership team for embracing and supporting the inclusive wall, I want to send a huge thank you to members of the selection committee who are responsible for today's wonderful program. These individuals include Aaliyah Jones, Malika Bell, Danielle Stamper, Kendra Gaines, Dr. Allie Day, and Kate Tippie, our excellent marketing strategist. Last, and certainly not least, I want to thank Stephanie Bias for leading the committee and bringing us today's wonderful program. I want to also thank Tom Zepecki and John Edelmeyer and the Youth Toledo production team for putting together this program in such a masterful way. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great rest of the day, and go Rockets.